In the heart of the forest realm, where light dares not linger and whispers speak louder than truths, here reigns a noble born not only of blood, but of shadow. Lady Astrada, daughter of grace, but forged in ambition, has summoned a messenger, a simple envoy to deliver a storm. What follows is not a conversation, but a reckoning.
I was expecting Maximus himself. Instead, I am greeted by you. A message bearer. A footnote in a conversation that should be held between those of power. Tell me then, minion, what excuse does your master offer? What reason does he give for his absence? I will assume for now that this is an oversight, that Maximus is indisposed, a temporary inconvenience. However, I'm certain he understands that my time is not something to be squandered. He refuses, does he? Will he not even consider my request? How amusing. Tell me, does Maximus truly believe that shutting his doors to me will make me disappear? That my will bend as easily as the fools who kneel at his command? Do you truly think you have a choice? I came to Maximus with a proposition, an opportunity that could have profited him greatly. Instead, he insults me. He insults my name, my house, my station by sending a messenger, a mere whisper in his presence. Does he forget who I am? What I am capable of? If he refuses to work with me, he will find himself working against me. And that is a dangerous position to hold. No, little envoy. If Maximus will not listen, then he will learn. Deliver this message to your master, little envoy. I do not make requests twice. I do not appreciate being ignored. And above all, I do not forgive slights. Tell him I will remember this. And tell him this. That when I come knocking next, it will not be for a conversation. Wait. You were about to leave, weren't you? You thought your task was done, that you could simply scurry back to your master with my words, as though words alone could carry the weight of my displeasure. No, little envoy, you will not simply deliver my message, you will understand it. You see, men like Maximus believe power is something to be bargained for, earned through patience, through clever dealings, through cautious little movements in the dark. But I do not play his games. I do not ask. I do not wait. The strongest do not ask for power. They take it. And when I take, I do not return what was stolen. I do not negotiate. I do not reconsider, and I do not forget those who would stand in my way. Tell Maximus that his refusal to meet me has cost him more than a simple favour. It has cost him my patience. And when my patience is lost, so too is mercy. Oh, but why should I let you leave so soon? I must admit, I am rather enjoying this. Maximus. I had expected something more from him. Perhaps if he had sent Arabella, things would have been different. She would not have wasted my time with excuses. She understands the weight of my name, the delicacy of our arrangement. And yet here you stand, a mere messenger dressed in thick leather armor, clucking to the foolish hope that if the messenger remained silent, if the messenger bowed just low enough, you might leave this chamber unscathed. Oh, how you must wish to be anywhere else, to be anyone else. But sadly, you are not, and that is why you will listen carefully. Maximus believes himself untouchable, a man who builds walls of steel and secrecy around him, as if they will protect him from the inevitable. But his arrogance has cost me greatly. His refusal has delayed my plans. His cowardice has slowed my path to the throne that is rightfully mine. I do not suffer setbacks lightly. I do not tolerate delays, and I certainly do not forget those who stand between me and what is owed. Loyalty is such a fickle thing, but fear is eternal. And now, the messenger will go. The messenger will deliver my words, my warning. And the messenger will tell Maximus that his insult was not just to me, but to the inevitable. The forest realm will belong to me when the Tyrant King returns. It is only a matter of time. And those who stand in my way, those who think themselves too great to kneel, will learn the truth soon enough. Even the strongest must bow when the darkness comes. And I think the messenger, little envoy, need a demonstration of that fear. Let's see how much Maximus values his messenger. Let's see how long the messenger lasts before you beg for mercy, your master so arrogantly cast aside. Aldrin, do ensure our guest remembers this lesson well. Oh. Yes, that's it. Let it consume the messenger. Let it carve my will into the messenger's very bones. The messenger belongs to my will now. A fragment of me lingers in the messenger. And Maximus, he will see it. He will feel it. Go now. Crawl back to him. Carry my influence. Let him taste the dread that awaits. No. No. That's not enough, is it? Oh, but I was so close to letting you go, wasn't I? So close to allowing you to scamper off like the obedient little courier you pretend to be. But you see, Maximus needs to understand. Truly understand. And words? Words alone are such, fickle things. Let me think. Yes, there is one more thing I would like to give you. One last thing to make certain that Maximus knows the extent to which I will go to spread my influence. Oh, you carried my influence, yes. You carried my message. But tell me, what use is a message if it does not linger? If it does not haunt? If it does not carve itself into the very marrow of the one who delivers it? Yes, I have decided to bestow upon you one final gift, one blessing of my own that I have learned from the Black Court themselves. I think I should leave my mark. Something unmistakable, something undeniable, a scar of my mercy, a brand of my will. So that when you finally do crawl back to Maximus, indeed, Maximus will know, beyond all doubt, that I was not merely heard, I was felt. Oh, now, shh. Accept this gift. Embrace it. Does that hurt? I'm sorry, but it's all part of the process. It will help to remind you of your duty, to remind Maximus never to cross me again. Ah, there. Now that is better. Yes, I can see it in your eyes. You finally understand. I hope Maximus will understand me also. It doesn't pay to meddle with situations he doesn't understand. To refuse me is to walk through fire. Go now. Carry me. Let him see what I have touched. And do not disappoint me again.
The message has been delivered, not in parchment, but in pain, not in words, but in will. And as the envoy stumbles from the chamber, marked and trembling, one truth lingers in the cold air. Lady Astrada does not ask twice. She carves her intent into the bones of the unwilling, and the story of the forest realm now bends towards her shadow. This is not the end. It is the quiet before the darkness rises. The caravan arrives. Amongst the revellers and the mysteries, one figure stands out, unexpected, unreal, yet also very honest, truthful. This is Vespasian, a performer like no other. He is modest, subtle, and yet wise beyond his years. He may not seem it, but there is a secret energy about him that projects in ways never before witnessed. This is his domain, and the world is his stage.
Ah, you are welcome, my friend. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vespasian, and I am a male dancer here in the caravan. I had to demonstrate a simple move, not so much to convince you as to acknowledge my skills. I have been a dancer for quite some time. You might wonder why I'm holding this posture, but I prefer to just practice sometimes. Moving my hips in circles. It is a good warm-up before a performance. And of course, I shall be going on stage very soon. Oh yes. I do this a lot to warm up before my shows. Maximus insists on it. I can of course do more complicated movements, but I find this helps to focus my mind and my core. A few more moves, and I shall be stage ready. Of course, this movement that I am just doing, let me turn to the side and show you what I'm doing. It is known as undulations or isolations, but you may know it as the belly roll. Yes. Let me do it from the other side for you. And once more, from the front. You may think my breathing is a bit somewhat stunted, but it is all part of the process for me personally. It is how I practice before I dance. I have been a member of this caravan for quite some time, and as the current male performer, it is very important that I work hard to bring you the very best that I can give. Indeed, it is all about truth and honesty and reality. And besides, I like this move too much. I enjoy it very much. Still, I hope you will be there for my performance. I would so hate for you to miss my true skills, my true talents, my true abilities. Remember my name, Vespasian, the male dancer of the caravan.
In a world of movement and silence, of whispers that dance on the wind, there stands one who watches. She is not of the stage, nor of the crowd, but of the in-between, where observation becomes insight, and stillness unveils truth. Tonight, the caravan arrives, and with it, a spectacle unlike any other. Step quietly now, and let us see it through her eyes. The eyes of the Countess.
Oh, isn't this quite something? I had heard whispers about these dancers, but I must confess, I had no idea what to expect. The colors, the movement, It's alive in a way I never imagined. I've seen performances at court, polished, refined, every motion dictated by tradition. But this is something else entirely. They move with such freedom, as if they've shed every restraint. It's refreshing. Maximus has a way of seeing things, a rare sort of vision. I can't quite place it, but I wonder, why this? Why this spectacle? Surely there are more practical investments for a man of his position, more fitting pursuits. And still, there's a certain courage in this choice, isn't there? Do you feel it too? Maximus, of all people, you know he isn't of noble blood, no title, no great lineage to his name. And yet, he makes it work. There's something about him, something elusive, a kind of acumen that cannot be taught. You have to respect that. We all have our ways, I suppose. It's amusing, really. I was always taught that greatness is something one is born into, but perhaps Maximus proves that it can be created. It's unsettling in a way watching it unfold, but I can't say I mind. Tell me, what do you make of all of this? Yes, I thought you might say that. A caravan of dancers, and somehow I can't shake the feeling that this is only the beginning. Maximus, he has a way of making things breathe. Ah, over there. Do you see him? The man with the distinctive hat? Yes, that one. He's rather difficult to miss, isn't he? Even from a distance, there's something imposing about him. Yes, that one. He's rather difficult to miss, isn't he? Even from a distance, there's something imposing about him. Not in the traditional sense. No regalia, no air of aristocratic grandeur. But still, he commands attention. That coat, deep blue, exquisitely tailored, it fits him well. Yet there's something deliberately unorthodox about the choice. And then, of course, the hat. That oversized top hat, paired with those curious goggles perched just so. Have you noticed how they catch the light? Almost as if they were designed to draw the eye, to make one wonder, who is he? Most would call his appearance unconventional, perhaps even eccentric. But look closer. There's a purpose in the way he wears it, in the way he moves. He isn't refined in the way courtiers are. No, but there's something else, something sharper. A confidence that isn't ostentatious, but deliberate. He carries himself as if he's always thinking ahead, always calculating his next move. That, my dear, is Maximus, the man behind all of this. I imagine he isn't what you expected. Someone like him, running something like this. But then again, that's what makes him so fascinating, isn't it? He sees possibilities where others see impossibilities. I can't say I fully understand why he's chosen this spectacle, this grand display of movement and color. But I do respect it. It takes a certain kind of mind to create something others can't even conceive of. A certain kind of vision. And if there's one thing I know about Maximus, it's that everything he does has meaning, even if we can't see it just yet. Ah, now look over there. The man trailing behind Maximus. The one with the rather striking armor? Yes, that one. The bronze plates, heavy, deliberate, worn like a second skin, and the hooded cloak drawn just enough to obscure his face. Not exactly someone you'd approach lightly. I think he's, well, I can never quite recall his name. Don't let that trouble you, though. It's not as though it matters much to me. But that one? He's one of Maximus's bodyguards, I suppose. though something tells me he's more than just that. I don't know the details, and honestly, I'm not sure I want to. There's a certain air about him, always so silent, moving like a shadow at Maximus's heels, and his presence, well, it's unsettling, wouldn't you agree? I'd advise against testing him. I imagine he can be perfectly civil if you knew exactly the right words, but I wouldn't count on that. Safer, I think, to avoid crossing his path altogether. Maximus trusts him, though, and that alone is worth noting. It means something. For now, just keep your distance. Trust me on this. Oh, look, there she is. Do you see her? The one adorned in flowing black and gold? Yes, she leads them, doesn't she? The chief dancer, if I'm not mistaken. There's something utterly captivating about her. The way she moves, so fluid, so seamless, as if the very air bends to her will. She doesn't just dance, she commands the space around her. And yet, it's effortless. No force, no artifice, only pure, unrestrained grace, shaping each motion into something almost tangible. And it's not merely beauty, it's power. There's strength beneath every turn, every measured step, a rare balance so few ever achieve. Yet she embodies it with such ease, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. People are drawn to her, aren't they? Even in stillness, she commands attention without ever asking for it. A quiet authority, an unspoken command. Sophia, that's her name. I must admit I had never seen a dancer quite like her. She doesn't merely perform, she becomes the dance. Sophia, that's her name. I must admit I have never seen a dancer quite like her. She doesn't merely perform, she becomes the dance. Every step, every gesture is not just movement, it's an extension of her very essence. It's fascinating, isn't it? She holds a presence that lingers beyond the performance itself, not through grandeur or spectacle, but through something deeper, something more intrinsic. She doesn't demand the stage. She doesn't need to. The stage belongs to her the moment she steps upon it. And yet, I wonder, how did she become part of this caravan? What led her here? Was it choice? Was it fate? No matter the answer, one thing is certain. She is a force of nature. A rare presence, one that leaves an imprint long after she's gone. Keep an eye on her. I have no doubt she's destined for far greater things than even she might realize. Do you see it? That confidence in her posture? It's not arrogance. No, it's something different, something earned. As if she has already seen more, lived more than most ever will. And yet she remains a mystery, a flame burning just out of reach. And that costume of hers, black and gold, shifting like liquid, catching the light with every movement. It's as though she wears the essence of the performance itself. Even before she moves, she commands the room, and when she does, it's effortless, as if every step belongs to her before she even takes it. But it's more than just the dance. Look at her face, the depth in her eyes. She isn't simply performing, she's feeling it, living it. Every motion an extension of something deeper, something real. She doesn't seek attention. No, it finds her. Naturally, inevitably. She lets the dance breathe through her, and in turn, the audience breathes with her. She's rare, not just in talent, but in spirit. There's something about her, something impossible to ignore. She belongs to this caravan, not just as a performer, but it's at its very heart. Oh, we'll be seeing much more of her. That fire inside her, it's not one to be contained. It's only a matter of time before the world takes notice. Ah, and now this is someone who truly stands apart. There, near the front. Do you see her? The one in deep red and gold, standing as if the very air bends to her presence? Her name is Shay, and mark my words, she is no ordinary performer. She is the queen of the dancers, and not just by reputation. No, it's something far greater than that. There's a regal quality about her, don't you think? The way she holds herself, the way her eyes seem to see more than what's in front of her. You can tell instantly that she has lived, that she has felt. I must confess, every time I watch her, I am left in awe. She doesn't merely dance, she rules the stage. Look at her posture, unshaken, poised, unyielding. And when she moves, it's as if the very air follows her lead, as if each step is not just performed, but ordained. Every flick of her wrist, every shift of her frame, it is deliberate, yet impossibly fluid. She is not like the others, oh no. There's something sharper about her, a precision, a mastery. It's almost as if the dance itself is an extension of her mind, her emotions. She thinks through every movement. She speaks through it. She doesn't just dance, she is the dance. It's hypnotic, really. There's no force, no pretense, only an undeniable truth in every motion. And that costume, it was made for her, wasn't it? The red and gold do not wear her, she wears them, as if they were forged for the sole purpose of amplifying her power. Each shimmering bead, each golden thread, adding to the weight of the air she commands. But is far more than garments, more than the glittering facade. It's the presence, the way she fills the space around her, as if she owns it with nothing more than the certainty of her being. And those eyes, captivating, aren't they? They don't just see, they pierce. It's the kind of gaze that holds you still, makes you forget yourself for a moment. She doesn't just look, she reads, as though she already knows what you're thinking before you do. That, my dear, is what I meant by commanding presence. What is it, I wonder, that makes her so magnetic? Is it the way she feels the dance so deeply? The way she lives it? There's a force within her, an energy that cannot be faked or taught. Shay isn't just a dancer, she's the very heartbeat of the room. You know, I've heard whispers, stories. Some speak of her as if she's already a legend, even among the most gifted performers. They say her past is woven with triumphs and trials, and perhaps that is why she moves with such authority. If that's true, it would explain the weight of her step, the certainty in her stance. She is one of those rare few who cannot be ignored, no matter how hard one tries. Her power does not come from noise or grand declarations. It is in the quiet certainty of her existence. She doesn't just stand above the others, no. She stands within them, among them, yet somehow always ahead. Shay, the queen, is destined for something far greater than even this. Mark my words, this caravan will not remain the same for long. Her presence alone ensures that. You can see it in the way she carries herself. Watch closely. You won't want to miss what comes next. Ah, I can see what you're thinking. Why not join them? Well, you see, I admire it all, truly I do, but performing, that is simply not my calling. The stage belongs to those who burn for it, to those whose very souls are entwined with the rhythm of the dance. They are the ones who breathe life into it, who become it. Me? No, my joy lies elsewhere. I have always been drawn to the quiet art of creation, to the canvas, to the brush, to the scent of oil paints lingering in the air. That is where I find my soul. There is a rhythm to painting too, you know. A different kind of movement, one of patience, of precision. The way the colors blend together, the way a single stroke can change everything. It is not as fluid as dance, no, but there is a grace in it nonetheless. It is not the performance that calls to me. It is the preservation. The ability to capture something fleeting, to hold onto a moment before it disappears. Dance is ephemeral, here only for an instant before it vanishes like the mist at dawn. But a painting can crystallize that beauty, make it endure. In a way, it grants permanence to the impermanent. But that doesn't mean I don't delight in watching it. Oh, quite the opposite. To witness something so raw, so alive, it is like watching a living work of art unfurled before your eyes. The dancers, they create moments, don't they? Fleeting, untouchable, gone before you can grasp them. I suppose that is what makes it all so intoxicating. It is not something you can capture with a brush. It must be experienced. And so I stand here, not with the urge to step into their world, but with a heart full of admiration for it. No, I will leave the spotlight to those who belong there. The stage is theirs to conquer. As for me, I will continue to paint the world as I see it, on the canvas in quiet contemplation. It's strange, isn't it? The way we each experience beauty in our own way. Some find it in movement, in the thrill of the dance, in the fire of performance. Others, like myself, find it in the stillness, in the quiet stroke of a brush, in the way a single shade of color can tell an entire story. But in the end, isn't it all the same? Dance, art, music, words, it's all just life, isn't it? Flowing through us, shaping us, giving us a way to express what cannot be spoken. We are all part of it, in one way or another, each creating our own little fragments of something far greater than ourselves. So perhaps we do not need to be on the stage to be part of it. Perhaps we do not need to perform to contribute. I think we all add to this great shifting tapestry of life, whether we realize it or not. Whether we are the ones in the spotlight or the ones in the audience, we belong to the same story. And in the end, maybe it's not about how we express ourselves, but simply that we do. That we embrace the beauty around us. That we let it move us in whatever way it chooses. That we recognize our place in this vast, ever-moving world and find peace within it. This has been a most enjoyable conversation. Thank you for indulging my musings. I do hope you take something from it, as I certainly have. I suppose we all walk our own paths, don't we? But it is comforting to know that, no matter how different our journeys may be, we are all part of the same grand performance. I'll leave you with that thought. A world of beauty in all its forms waiting to be seen. Perhaps in time we will both find our own way to add to it.
And so, as the last notes of the dance fade into memory, the Countess remains, ever watching, ever wondering. In a world where some express with motion and others with silence, she finds her place in observation, her voice in stillness. The dancers will move on, the firelight will dim, but the impression left behind, that lingers. This was only the beginning. The caravan rolls forward, and the story unfolds. There is more yet to be seen. In the land of desert where the sand is gold, by Maximus the master with a story to unfold. I got steampunk attire, I'm the man of the hour. With a blue tweed suit I embody the power. Top hat, goggles and a red beard that shines. Show man supreme, my skill is divine. In the desert realm where the sun sets ablaze, I lead the caravan, set the standards and the maze. I'm the maestro, the chief, the one in command. With a white shirt crisp, my presence is grand. Every deal I make, every showing I lead, I'm the best in the game with unmatched speed. Arrogance, sure, it's a part of my flair. Popularity's a myth, success is my air. In the markets and courts, my name is on the rise. You can fear me if you want, plus I see through your lies. Caravans flourish under my reign supreme. In this desert expanse, I live in the dream. My enterprise glows with a luminous sheen. Maximus commands, and the results are seen. They whisper, they chat about my lofty pride, but when they need the best, they seek me as a guide. My red hair flames with ambition and might. In the desert of dreams, I am the light. Now reaching the end, my legacy stays. Maximus the master in a million ways. The monarchy is my stage to control. Every step that I take, I'm reaching my goal. With my caravan bound for horizons so wide, I'm the best in the business and I never hide. A pain in the neck, that's a badge I wear proud. For I'm Maximus the king and I stand out in the crowd. So remember my name as the caravan rolls. Maximus the legend with stories untold. In the desert realm where my empire unfurled, I'm the master of showman, the king of this world. The journey may end, but my mark will remain. Maximus forever in glory and fame. A showman unmatched in every domain. I'm the best, and my reign will sustain.